You focus on the child, you see what do they need and what can you do, and if you don't have the answers, then you reach out, because it is a team, and you reach out and you find people who might have the answer. And if they don't, then you've got one more soul helping you find the answer. So you're not standing alone when you do this.
I thought you might be, you know, alone. I just pictured me and the child alone, not knowing what to do. But because I'm a single woman, my support team is not just the social workers and the training, it's my family and friends. And when I looked at the resources that I had in the community, I had quite a few.
Sure.
I guess we were fortunate that we had a large extended family that was always there to help us. But I think they've also benefited from the fostering, and they love these kids as much as we do. They're not actually foster parents, but they're a part of the unit that help us with the kids.
They have support groups that I often attend, and those are just nice little groups of parents getting together over coffee and snacks and talking about how their days are going. We get a lot of parenting advice, you know, exchanged in those circles.
I mean, the social workers, they're
helpful.
very helpful. They're there to answer your questions and to direct you to the resources you need.
They also organize a lot of activities for the families and the children to get together, which is great because, you know, you get to see people that you've probably met through training or other, and you know, enjoy just a day's activity together, because you're all part of, you know, the same family, trying to provide some security to these kids while they're with you.
Even if you can't get a hold of, say, a social worker, you can always get a hold of another foster parent, and they know what you're talking about.
When I go to a meeting or conference, I might meet a couple from another First Nation community, and they'll tell me, you know, I too, my wife and I were also taking in a baby or a girl or a boy, but they do ask, like, how is it, and is it hard to do, and what sort of procedures? I said, just call your caseworker and call my wife. She'll give you the lowdown from a human aspect, right? You know, the mommy aspect.
You have to work it as a team, and you have to get even with some of the teenagers, like as far as support people were for me, when I was trying to get them through a difficult time, the bartenders, you know, the bus drivers, if they knew that you were fostering and they, you know, most of the kids are likable, you know, they're not monsters. They've seen them at their worst, but they've seen them at their best, and they want to help. I could list people that were willing to support us through it all, and not us, the child.
We have great foster care workers that are really good support, and like they said, you can get a hold of somebody. There is an emergency line that you can get a hold of somebody. I think family support is a great thing to have as well. It should be almost something that you already kind of have set up if you're going to do it, just to know that if you get into a little bit of trouble or you need to walk away for an hour, that you're able to do that, to get that breather that you need to be able to come back in and do your work.
I mean, we've had excellent, you know, social workers. You know, you email them, you call them, they're on the phone, they call you back. You know, you can certainly you get a lot of support through them.
A lot of the schools are coming online now too, like, you know, just a little bit of information about realizing that these children, you know, they are not, they are part of our society as much as anybody else is, and they are just as important as anybody else is, and to me, they have the right, you know, to have just as much support as anybody else does.